Hello everyone, welcome back to the TNC podcast. We're back in the grounds and we're back on the podcast, Chris.
And we're back on the beers as well. Lakens.
Have we ever been off them?
Absolutely not.
Good
Cheers.
to see you.
Yeah, good to see you all.
You well?
Yeah, I'm feeling good actually.
The voice sounds slightly croaky.
Yeah, good. You've got to give it all in when you're when you're back in the Barclay, haven't you? It was just I thought I'm gonna lose my voice, so I'm just gonna go for it. I probably lost it after OTBC, truth be told.
Yeah. Before
your voice is slightly gone.
Yeah, mine's gone slightly. It reminds me of when you're going through puberty and your voice is breaking, and like occasionally it just completely like goes to a different pitch, and like, oh, where's that come from?
Yeah. I've still not gone through puberty.
I'm in the transition as we speak. It was wonderful to be back at Carrow. You know what? There were just so many beautiful moments, but when it really hit me is I'd been so excited throughout the whole week. And I was working up until 4:00 that day, and I was just itching to get there. And then we set off in the car, and it really hit me when we sort of got to Thorpe, and you could see just a flood of yellow shirts walking up to the ground, past the Fat Cat and the Coach and Horses, and I was like, this is what I've missed. It just really... I saw a friend on Sunday, and they described it as feeding their soul. And I was like, that's such a good way of putting it.
True, so true.
I just felt like... oh, I'm complete again.
It felt fulfilling and satisfying to be there. I think for me, like, walking into the ground and even just, like, having the dodgy flat Budweiser, you know, I mean, sadly, they've not got Lakers.
They are so poor.
You know, big up to the lovely girl behind the bar that poured us those pints. Shout out. But yeah, no, I think for me, that was nice, walking into the dodgy, smelly kiosk once more. That was glorious. And also the moment when everyone lifted their scarves aloft for that first On the Ball City. And that On the Ball City was venomous.
Yeah.
It was angry. It was...
punchy.
It was really, really loud. And it was just such a special moment.
I mean, when we were sort of barking that chant out, and I sort of went... It took me aback. Oh, hello. You know,
it was aggressive, and I love that from them. I really do.
Yeah.
From us, I love it from us.
What was your favourite? Like, aside from the 90 minutes,
go on.
What was your favourite moment of the day? What was the moment that you just kind of stood there?
No,
and were
it
like,
was that. Oh. It was that. It was On the Ball City. Like, you know, really was thinking I was going to wobble off at one point. I thought, oof, I'm on the edge of glory here. I think I'm going to ball it. But I kept it all together. It was glorious. That was the best moment. Come on, surely there's not another moment.
Well,
that was the moment.
No, that was like the impactful moment. That was the goal you see in the montages. But there were lots of other little snippets. Lots of other little...
Do you prefer a montage to a snippet?
Well, Oliver Skipp last season was wonderful, but the work he does doesn't make the montages. His work was off the ball.
Okay.
And my off the ball moments were the crowd, you know, walking to the ground, seeing people afar and doing the little wave.
Yeah,
the
nice.
pint before the match that never tastes quite right out of a paper cup, which I know is good for the environment, but it's not good for the taste.
It's good for the environment though.
But it's not good for the taste.
Yeah, but big up to the environment. Come on, Jack.
I guess if you haven't got the environment, you haven't got the beer. They go hand in hand, but we can find a trade-off here. Just all of their moments were glorious. It's just... And you know what, the football... Let's talk about the football, the performance, because this is what the people are here for. I don't know whether my...
Are they here for that?
I don't know anymore.
I really don't. What the hell are you watching this for?
What do you want from us? I don't know whether my attitude has become slightly defeatist.
Oh, you've been like that for years.
But, no, maybe not. No, defeatist isn't the right word. Complacent.
Yeah.
But I walked out of Carrow Road having lost 3-0 thinking, I'm kind of okay with what I just saw. Is that okay?
Yeah, a little bit. I was a bit frustrated at you, and there was a couple of others around because you were giving it the, oh, Liverpool were amazing, oh, Liverpool this, Liverpool that. Not just you, there was a few suspects around me. Oh, well, it's Liverpool. Hold your hands up, it's Liverpool. I must admit, I did go back to my old ways a little bit. And
you were fuming.
I had to tell myself, you know what, it's so good to be back. It's okay. And as soon as I had a conversation with myself, I simmered down. But I must admit, that Barclay boy within me really got up and got moody again. Because, as you say, Jack, I left the ground thinking, you know what? I thought we gave it a really good go against the team that obviously we won't be competing with this season, that have spent so much more money, spent so much more money than us on wages, etc., etc. We held our own for the majority of the game, and I'm sure, well, we will go through it in a minute, but a couple of really, really unlucky deflections and a world class finish from Salah. So yeah, I think it's okay.
The moment I was like, yeah, we're back, is when
I know what you're going to say already.
About 70 minutes is on the clock and the players are visibly exhausted, and Farke's not making a substitution, and guaranteed every 20 seconds there was the chant, Farke, where's the sub? Where's the sub? And the chap in front of me, who's not very vocal, he turned around after about 75 minutes and he was just went... at that very moment I was like, yeah, we're back.
Yeah, but it's true, isn't it? Where were the subs? I'm sure we'll go into it in a minute, but where were the subs? I stand by that.
At that point, we were 3-0 down. The game was gone. The game was gone.
That's why it's frustrating. That's why it's frustrating. Anyway, we'll talk about that.
Myself because you obviously you stand behind me, and I obviously hear you and see the people in front of me, and it was just the perfect,
let us know your moment. Let us know your moment in the comment section. When did you have the moment of, oh, here we go, we're back at Carrow again?
You're right though. For the first 20 minutes of that game, well, to be fair, for the whole 90 minutes we were competitive. But for the first 20 minutes, you looked and you went, oh, okay, like we mean business here.
Yeah.
It was a good start.
It was a good start. We looked really tidy. Our tempo was good. Our passing was accurate. I felt we were fantastic out wide, particularly. Milo Rashica, who I'm sure...
Check what the mic on. Yeah, still rolling.
Sure, yeah, don't worry. The tech's good. Yeah, I thought Milo Rashica was causing them all sorts of bother. And yeah, I thought we were okay. Of course, it wasn't happening for Teemu, but I would argue that he didn't get a ton of service anyway. He had one sniff where arguably, I'm sure we'll talk about it in a minute, he should have squared it to Rashica. But apart from that, I thought we looked really tidy, Jack. And I think the frustrating thing, and we had a Roop chance, but I think 3-0 flattered the Liverpool. Yeah. And of course, the Nationals and Match of the Day, etc., which I know annoyed people, made it look like it was the Liverpool show, as you'd expect. But it wasn't the Liverpool show.
No. I think my main takeaway from the game, and I don't know, it probably did come as a bit of a surprise, but I had been warned. You know, Farke has been saying we haven't had the pre-season we've wanted. There's obviously been games cancelled through COVID. Yeah. Players have been out of COVID.
That showed.
Well, this is what I mean. I was like, these are elite athletes. It will be fine. It wasn't fine. We stand in the Barclay up against the away fans. So we had Rashica attacking us first half, and then we could see directly behind Dimi Yanulis. Yeah. And I turned to you, didn't I? And I was like, 50 minutes on the clock. I was like, they're exhausted.
Yeah.
And you could tell.
Well, that's why I got angry with the lack of subs, Jack. Yeah. Because it was so obvious that we hadn't had the pre-season. We needed to rest them. But hey, maybe Farke said, actually, you know what? I'll keep them for the Man City game.
Yeah. Well, I saw Michael Bailey wrote a piece on the Athletic who said maybe, and this is clutching at the straw slightly, but maybe the opening 4 games of Liverpool, Manchester City, Leicester, Arsenal could be a blessing because there's no expectation to pick up points.
Yeah.
This is almost our pre-season.
I'm buying into that, actually. I really am, and I like the fact that there's. Well, I don't know. Let us know in the comment section. Do you think there's an expectation on Norwich to get some points?
Well, certainly not.
Games?
Not first two.
Nick Masheter, of course, now part of the Talk Norwich City team. National Journo said on our socials there, they quoted saying, "Look, we need points in these early games to actually prove that we have progressed." I've seen a lot of people saying, Liverpool fans, by the way, the respectful Liverpool fans, were saying, well, actually, yeah, you were a hell of a lot better than the opening day last time. But yeah, no, I personally am of the faith. I agree with what Bailey Boy is saying there, mate. You know, there isn't an expectation. So actually, yes, this is almost these are your free hits that Stuart Webber's spoken about before, and that actually could help us. And I'm sure we'll talk about it later on. I think going into that Manchester City game, I'd be making quite a few changes.
Yeah, I think the first Liverpool-Man City, there's no expectation. I think our season properly starts with Leicester at home. You expect that because we beat them at home last time, of course, and we picked up a point away
Jamal
from home.
Lewis, great finish.
before Liverpool. That was our last game.
Yeah.
At Carrow Road, we gave Billy Gilmore the man of the match on Twitter.
We got in trouble for this, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I still kind of. I don't think I made the wrong call.
So for the people that understand what we're talking
Follow
about
us on
here,
Twitter at TalkNorwichCity.
what we are going to do every game this season is announce a Talk Norwich City man of the match. There's no importance to it at all. It's just basically Jack and I. We have a chat, and towards the end of the game we say, right, who looks.
I mean,
like
you say it was a chat. You turned to me after 89 minutes. We both had a few beers. You went, "Who's your man of the match?" I was like, "Gilmore." And you are fine. It's tweeted.
Anyway, right. So there you go. So there's the point. We thought Gilmore was the man of the match. However, the people spoke, Jack, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a
landslide,
a unanimous.
Yeah.
And it was for Dimitri Yanoulis.
And he was fantastic.
Yeah, he was.
He was fantastic. I thought Billy. I'm not going to take away from what we said about Billy. I thought Billy was tidy. Yes. He made a couple of mistakes, and actually, arguably, now having watched it back, I think it was the second goal. I felt like he could have tracked back a bit further and done a bit better there defensively. But again, considering he's had no preseason, I'm not taking anything away from him. He looked tidy. However, the people spoke, as we've said, and Dimitri Giannoulis was on another level. And by the way, and I don't care, and I will say this, he was comfortable with Mo Salah. He was keeping up with Mo Salah all game. And I know you said he was knackered on 50, but really post 50 we only saw Salah break through once.
Yeah.
I know he scored, but I felt that Giannoulis really looked after him for the majority of the game and looked so good going forwards. A lot of people are criticising his defensive work, but yeah, I would agree with the people that he was awesome.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the reason and having watched the highlights back, Yanoulis had a good game. I think that I will caveat that with a few points in a moment. The reason I didn't have Yanoulis as my man of the match at the ground, we were directly behind Yanoulis for the whole of the second half, and I thought, one, he looked exhausted. You can kind of see why now. I thought he lost his man a couple of times, and I thought he lost his man for the third goal. I do still think, though, in the Premier League, our wing-backs have almost an impossible job. Both Max Aarons and Yanoulis, they're expected to bomb up so high and get back and defend. You can get away with that in the Championship because you're not up against Mo Salah and Sadio Mane.
I agree.
In the Premier League, we were exploited in them areas for two of the goals.
Yeah, I agree.
I just look at it and I think we've got to be a bit careful there because we have been exposed in them areas before. Have we learned? I think Yanoulis is probably even an upgrade to Jamal Lewis, possibly in certain areas.
Yeah, I would say he is. Yeah,
but we have to be slight. And I'm
mate, you can't make that assumption just based off playing Liverpool.
No, but I'm saying if we continue to have our wing backs that high,
yes,
it will continue to cause us problems.
Yeah, against the top 6, the Champions League teams, I believe mid-table teams, we will score more than them.
I kind of disagree though. I mean, I was watching Newcastle and I was watching Watford. Watford have Sarr, Newcastle have St Maximin. Every team in the Premier League has a winger that can really hurt you.
Well, we've got that. We've got two.
But I know. But
Zolis and Milo.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is, defending, it makes it very difficult for Yanoulis and Max Aarons. And that's maybe why, looking back at it, I was a bit harsh on Yanoulis because he was told and expected to be high up the pitch and also defend. You can't expect both of them things.
Do you know what, though? I think, we've spoken about where we could be unpicked this season, Jack, but I thought Maxi Aarons, the Barcelona-bound boy himself, and Dimitri Giannoulis, what I loved about them is the crispness of the passing and going for, let's forget defending for a minute. I know they're defenders, but let's forget that. Going forwards, God, they really excited me. The passing was so crisp, and with Giannoulis particularly, Jack, there was moments where he was right up against the Liverpool fans, obviously towards us, and I thought, cool, he's in a hole here, and then a twist and a turn away from Salah. So comfortable to play the pass that you would not expect him to do there, but it always found the man. I was very impressed with both Max Aarons and Giannoulis when they were in trouble, and actually they are not going to get a tougher ride. I know, apart from Man City, I don't think they're going to get a tougher ride than that this season.
Well, you had a stat which I was happy you found in regards to the passes we completed. I think the main difference I saw from the last time we were in the Premier League, it felt we controlled the game for larger periods this time around.
Definitely, yeah.
It felt so like when we had the ball, it felt like we were comfortable on it.
Yes.
And that's why I really enjoyed...
It was hot potato last time.
Yeah, that's why I really enjoyed Gilmour's performance, because whenever he got the ball, it felt comfortable.
Yeah.
And you know when we had a Skip or even like a Moritz Leitner in the Championship, and when they got the ball, you breathed a sigh of relief because you were like, we're safe.
Leeds Malou does that as well, by the way. You said Leeds Malou's done that very, very well. Very well.
I just look at their midfielders and I think there's a touch of real class about them.
So let's go through let's watch the highlights, Jack.
Sure.
Because I know when we were in the ground, me and Jack had a fully blown argument. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether he's reflected
about what?
on.
What did we have an argument?
We had an argument on the defending for the goals.
Okay. Well, it's nice being back in the ground, but you forget, so we're quite low down. Seeing down the other end, it's quite difficult to know what's going on. Let's have a look at this. So these are the extended highlights, 4 minutes long. So this is an early cross for Liverpool.
You're doing the full highlights. You're not just going to do the short ones, mate. Wow.
Well, that was a good save from...
Hell of a save from Tim Krul, by the way, early doors. Great
He had a
save.
good game, Tim Krul, actually.
Yeah, I agree. Although I think Tim will know himself.
So this is the goal. So it's down the right-hand side. Is this the goal?
By the way, Trent Alexander-Arnold against us was $1 million. Couldn't get anywhere near him. Couldn't get anywhere near him all game, to be fair. He looked brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Now, this is a good chance for Norwich City. It's the Cantwell lob ball through to Pukki.
Just pause
now
here. What a ball from Todd Cantwell. Let's talk about that. And Todd Cantwell, by the way, I mean, he's actually not had much praise, but actually the best tackle of the game.
Well, he got the man of the match.
He did get the official man of the match, didn't he? Not the TNC man of the match, though.
Now here, if this is Prime Pukki, Prime Pukki squares that. Think back to Manchester City in the Premier League.
Do you think he squares
that? Think back to Manchester City in the Premier League.
Todd, yeah, you're right.
How good was that assist?
Yeah, you're so right.
This is a simpler pass than that. Now what we're referring to here is it's a Todd Cantwell through ball. Pukki picks it up on the right. He opts to shoot. Alisson's always saving it. Milo Rashica's coming in from the left-hand side. He's ahead.
Rashica.
I keep saying Rashica.
I'm sorry. By the way, there was someone that had a go at Jack in the comments. Rashica.
Milo Rashica.
Milo.
I'll call him Milo from now on. That is a simple pass.
A lot of people are saying, no, Pukki did the right thing. Just get a shot on goal. I must admit, I disagree.
Yeah.
I would have... And look, by the way, me and you are both blessed and lucky enough to have played on the hallowed turf. It's so hard to see that pass. But we have all come to love and expect Teemu Pukki to be so intelligent to pick those passes. This showed that he wasn't quite match ready, I would say. Match sharp, yeah. Because look at that space there, Jack, to play that simple pass.
Let me find the positive from this.
Go on.
First game for Norwich City. It's a wonderful run from Milo Rashica to find space in behind the Premier League's best right back. Let's skip it on.
By the way.
It's a simple save from Alisson.
Yeah, of course it is.
By the way, I think when you're back to the Premier League, how just good does Virgil van Dijk look?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Dominated the game.
I would just say in general the quality was great.
Yeah. This is the goal. From the right-hand side, Trent into Salah, missed touch pass.
And the thing is,
talk to me about this.
Right, so here's my thought process.
Okay,
so if you can you possibly rewind that?
Scrub it back.
So when you actually go back here, Jack, you would, of course, the first thing you'd say, well, why didn't we stop the cross? So let's go back and see, why did we not stop the cross? Okay, so Matt, is that Milo? Yeah, that's Milo.
That's Milo, yeah.
Okay, so he's tracked back. I don't know where Max is. Here's
that's the other side. That's not Max's side. That's the left.
Oh, sorry. I'm really sorry.
Left.
But here's the unlucky bit. That miscontrol from Salah. And it just falls so nicely to Jota.
I think the spot in which Salah receives the ball before the mistimed touch, Norwich will be okay with where they are. Hanley's in position, Gibson's in position. You've got Billy Gilmour coming in. You're fine with that. Gibson's not expecting that mistouch pass. It falls to Jota.
But here's the quality difference.
Yeah.
But here's the quality difference. Jota, he thinks that Salah, he's going to find a flick.
Yeah.
He's going to do something.
Yeah.
and luck paid off, and that's the quality, right? I think what's desperately unfortunate
Could Tim Krul do better?
Gibbo's so close to tackling, despite the fact that it was an unlucky deflection. Tim Krul is I think, to be honest with you, he's not expecting it either.
Look, it's straight at him, though.
I'm not sure it's straight.
Well, mate, it's literally straight at him.
I think the thing is, because of the fact that we didn't expect... Anyway, we're making excuses, but I think it is a very unlucky goal. It's a miscontrol.
The first one is fortunate for Liverpool. It's a quality finish from Jota, but that's the Premier League.
Agreed.
Let's skip it on to the second goal. Now, this was... Who scored the second? It was Bobby Firmino, wasn't it?
This is the one that I was most disappointed with.
Okay.
So actually, Gino does get out to Salah there, but not quite enough.
I don't think this is the goal. No,
it's not the goal.
This is the goal. So it comes down the left. Mane picks the ball up, hits it. Good block from Hanley.
Hang on, no, stop. That is such an unlucky. Hanley does everything right. He makes the challenge, and it just deflects, and it goes straight to their man. That's so unlucky, mate. Again.
Yeah, for me, how on earth has Firmino got this much space?
Correct.
Where's Max Aarons there?
I don't know.
Hanley, Gibson, they're in position. Hanley makes the block. That's unlucky.
We know where Max is because Max has been told to bomb forwards.
Yeah, but look at all that.
Look at this shape here. Both your centre backs are stretched all over the place. And here's my critique for Billy, and I love Billy. I'm Billy's biggest fan. I think when this ball gets across, he's got a chance of getting it, and he doesn't really try.
Max Aarons is only in shot after it hits the back of the net. But I'm not necessarily saying that's Max's fault. That's the risk you take when you play your wing back so
Agreed,
high.
And that's the reason why I'm disappointed with that goal, because it wasn't unlucky. Well, it was unlucky in the sense of Hanley's deflected tackle went straight to the
third goal. Salah.
You can't do about that. Good night, Vienna.
Yeah.
That's a world class finish from a world class footballer.
Okay,
Simple as that.
first and third goals. Third goal you can't do anything about really. Yeah. First goal's unlucky. Second goal,
I think when we get sharper,
we'll be frustrated.
I think when we get sharper, that scoreline stays at 1-0 max. But actually, of course, then we know that Pukki's going to be much better, etc., etc. So actually, we're feeling quite positive about that, aren't we? Which sounds weird because we lost 3-0, but we're okay.
So before we get into the Twitter questions, which I'm really looking forward to this week,
as always,
main thoughts coming out of Liverpool and going into Man City.
Oh God, I'll leave Man City alone for a minute. I feel content that we did. Actually, I don't feel content.
Oh,
I do feel content.
I was liking that.
I feel good that I was back in the stadium. I think a lot of the individual players shone individually. And we haven't spoken about it, and I don't care. I'll say it. I was desperately disappointed that Farke didn't bring on his subs early enough.
Oh, we have spoken about it.
Yeah, but let's talk about it because mate, no, don't laugh. No, don't. And there'll be people in the comment section that will be still angry as me at this. Okay, you're 1-0 down to Liverpool. Okay.
Yeah. But
no,
he made late substitutions in the
Championship
twice, and he's put up 90 points.
Yeah, I know, but that's the Championship, mate. You can't sit there and surrender to Liverpool and go, oh, there's one, never mind, we'll sit on that and hope the boys do better.
Yeah, but we both said the performance at 1-0 was positive.
Yeah, I know, mate, but I just felt we had stuff on the bench to use that was.
So
just
are you saying you're
there.
Doubting Daniel Farke already? One game
in?
Of course
not.
It sounds that way.
No, but I'm allowed to be frustrated that we didn't bring on subs to try and change the game early enough.
We did. Josh Sargent came on.
But too late, mate. Too late. The game was dead by then. And I love Josh Sargent, by the way, which we'll talk about in a minute, I'm sure.
The Sarge, I'm calling him.
The Sarge. Okay, I'm calling him Ginger Bramovich.
Time for the Twitter questions. Right then, Twitter questions, Twitter statements, rants, raves, however you feel, talk to us. We like to hear from you. We put out a question earlier on Twitter. Chris, I love...
This has become almost Norwich City counselling,
It is counselling.
Don't forget Instagram as well, mate. There's loads on Instagram.
There's Instagram as well?
There's loads on Instagram.
How long is this podcast going to be? Let's start.
Let's go.
With Ken.
Go on.
Hello, Ken.
What's Ken saying?
He's a former newspaper reporter turned press officer.
Okay, so it's going to be a really good something here.
Would you take relegation but win the FA Cup?
Yes. Silverware all day long.
Oh,
because then you're in Europe.
Yeah, and then we win the Championship again. Europa League and Championship winning same season.
Is that wrong?
No,
I mean, let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong there. But I must admit, winning the FA Cup, winning silverware, that's once in a lifetime stuff. Yeah. And winning the FA Cup gets you to Europe. That's the dream.
Okay. Tom.
What about you, by the way? You didn't answer that question.
No, I think I agree.
I mean, come on, just staying up would be... It's nice. We all want to stay up. No, but winning the FA Cup would be really naughty.
Controversial opinion from Tom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, straight in there.
Right.
Sargent is, soon to be, the best striker at the football club. Energetic and hungry. The potential is just waiting to be unleashed.
Well, can I just say, I absolutely love that from you, Tom.
From Tom.
I love that from Tom.
Now, I've seen a lot of Josh Sargent love, and I love it. But how can we judge a man based off of 20 minutes substitute periods?
You at Carrow Road, by the way. You really got my back up. You really got my back. You were straight on his back.
Saying what?
Yeah, you were like, Sargent's done nothing since he's been on this and that. Mate, looked really tidy. I agree with Tom. Full of energy, crisp passing.
So you're saying he's the best striker at the football club?
Hang on, I'm not there.
Well, if you're agreeing with Tom, that's what you're saying.
I'm just going to give it to you because you deserve it. You criticised him.
I didn't criticise him.
You did. No, don't. Don't get it up for the cameras. No. You criticised Josh Sargent, and he was brilliant in the little time that he had. If he'd come on earlier, he would have made a bigger difference.
I turned around and said to Craig, I said, I didn't realise Josh Sargent had only just come on. He said he's been on 10 minutes.
Well, what were you doing?
I said, well, that's his first touch of the ball. He hadn't touched the ball in 10 minutes.
Come off it. How many Lakens have you had?
I'm just saying, I'm feeling a bit protective of Teemu Pukki. Right now.
You are. I know you are.
Feeling a little bit like... I want Josh Sargent to be incredibly successful, and he comes with a big price tag. So
you're sceptical of Josh Sargent.
Own
it.
No, I'm not sceptical of Josh Sargent, but I am watching a man in Teemu Pukki as one of the best strike rates in Norwich City history.
Yes.
Has scored 1 in 2, has banged in nearly 30 in 2 consecutive championship seasons, scored against the biggest and best clubs in the Premier League last time. Why are you
feeling protected? No one's...
And everyone's suddenly writing him off for Josh Sargent in 70 minutes of football.
Okay, well, let's get...
This is simply outrageous.
Well, let's set this straight. Anyone that's criticising Teemu Pukki heavily needs their head checked.
Yeah.
Seriously.
A big wobble.
Because of the fact that Teemu Pukki, for the reasons that you've explained, deserves time and respect. But it's okay to say he's not quite at it yet because he's had COVID, he played the Euros, and he was injured at the back end of last season. Yeah. The man is a I would say horse, but I'm going to say a work goat. Okay? Josh Sargent, I love that from Tom. I really do. I love the optimism. I love the confidence. And you know what? I'll have a bit of that.
With all of that being said, I would start Josh Sargent against Man City.
Yeah, me too. 100%. It's okay. It's okay. Look, it's a squad. It's all about the squad in the Premier League. Last time we didn't have that depth. How exciting is it that we've got really good options there? I know it's early for Josh, right? But we've got some tidy options, Jack. We've got an £11 million player on the bench ready to come on. We've got Teemu Pukki, club legend, still. Hugill to Shithouse, Ida, energy, power. Mate, I'm feeling really good about our striking options.
Yeah, me too. Me too. NCFC Ethan. Now, this is a controversial opinion. He didn't frame it as a controversial opinion. He's just speaking his mind.
Okay.
But I'm reading this and I'm going, cool, Ethan, that's brave.
Really? Who is he then? Let's see.
It's NCFC Ethan. He's Billy Gilmore.
Gilly Bilmore.
Now, Ethan says,
go on.
A loss against Liverpool is better than a win. Allows the new signings to experience Premier League crowns, emotions and heartbreak. We have a solid squad that can keep us up. We just have to believe in it. No, I like this from Ethan. I really like this. He's gone against the grain and he's finding positives.
Mate, what are you two smoking? What are you two smoking? I'm sorry, but Ethan, I'm sure you're a top man or boy, but for me, you're barking mad there. I mean, it's not. I'd definitely rather.
I respect it.
No, I love the fact that he's. But what I would say to Ethan is, I like the fact that he's flipped a negative into a positive. I admire that in anyone. Moving on.
But Ethan, have a Lakens, chill out. Jeff, Do we need to show more aggression
Yes.
and tactical fouling?
I love passion.
Liverpool had 14 fouls against us. A good example.
Couldn't agree more.
You love passion.
I love passion. I just love. I love her. I tell you what, as well. Todd Cantwell getting a yellow card for the team. I'm buying that. I'm buying it, Jack. I really love that. Honestly, I really do. Seriously, when players show that burning passion, they're willing to get their name in the book.
Yeah, but I would argue that the reason we showed that passion there, in inverted commas, is because we mistimed 2 tackles previous.
Correct. But I like where Jeff, by the way, name of the week, by the way.
Maybe profile picture of the week.
Oh, that's a tidy black and white job.
Yeah.
Very tidy. Basically, let's be more aggressive. I'm well up for a bit of that.
Thomas, he's got a hot take.
Go on.
Sargent has to start over Pukki against Manchester City and Leicester.
I've seen a lot of people saying this, by the way.
Now, this is interesting from Thomas, and
Go on.
this is more than hot. This is scorching. Pukki doesn't look up for it.
Oh,
And
no.
personally, I believe he should be eased back into it after his COVID diagnosis and lack of pre-season. Sargent has already played 2 games and scored 2 for Werder Bremen.
It's always hard because, obviously, just like an email, social media can be misinterpreted. It sounded a little bit harsh at the start, Thomas, it has to be said, but I understand what you're trying to say. Rest Teemu for Man City. I think we're all in agreement that we want that. Are we? Or not? Let us know in the comment section.
I mean, that... When you bring in a... And I'm going to call Josh Sargent a marquee signing because it is for Norwich City.
Okay.
It's one of our record signings.
Okay.
You kind of have to start him, don't you, early on? And you have to figure out where we're at.
You don't have to. You don't.
You don't have to, but
You don't.
they clearly back him if they've spent that amount of money on him.
Yeah, but for God's sake, Jack, he's been thrown on in the dying embers of a Liverpool game too late.
But this is what I'm saying. Going into the next games, you
Give him a
almost have to
chance.
start him.
Give him a chance, 100%. Rest Teemu. Definitely.
Another statement from Jamie.
By the way, there's a lot of
Yeah,
statements.
and a lot of people backing themselves. You know what? I respect it.
Yeah, me too.
Sargent is better than Pukki, says Jamie.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally
blimey,
straight to the
Riley.
point. Sargent is better than Pukki.
That's strong. I'm not sure I think we need to be a bit careful here. Like, Teemu, club legend, deserves time and respect, will still get double-figure goals this season
Until
comfortably.
Josh Sargent scores 1 in 2 over 100+ games for Norwich City, I'm refusing to call Josh Sargent better than Teemu Pukki.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
respect-
Jamie. I respect the conviction,
And I respect that from you.
but I disrespect the opinion.
Mate, have a bit. Relax. Go
Yeah,
on.
sorry, man. I'm just getting a bit... Well, I feel a bit protective today.
That's all right.
For
You're allowed
for
to.
Teemu.
That's okay.
Mr. E agreeing with you here. Todd Cantwell losing the ball and then working all the way back in order to cut Hotter in half was a real thing of beauty. A proper FIFA foul. Paul agrees with him and says, yeah, it was absolutely great.
God, it got.
And then Mr. E says, it was sublime. I can see any solid defender doing it to us. And he was wiped out before a 1-on-1.
Yeah, God, I tell you what. God, it got me going. God, it got me going.
Did it?
It really did. Honestly, that tackle was brilliant. We need more of that. And doesn't that just show, by the way, because Todd isn't a defensive player.
No.
And the fact that he had the maturity to do that, I think fair play to him.
I think something ruffled his feathers before that. And he was
Good.
like,
Yeah, but good. Yeah, but good. We need more passion. You know I'm a big believer in passion.
Absolutely. Sam... Now, this is interesting. Sam's gone for a statement, a question, and another statement.
Oh,
Let me read his
how long
first
have we
statement.
got?
Statement number 1.
Okay.
Yanulis stays fit. Yanulis gets player of the season.
Fine. I respect
agree?
that opinion. You might not be too far out. I still believe Pierre-Lise Malou will get player of the season.
Question.
Go on.
Would you be playing a back 3 or 5 as we always look risky with attacking fullbacks?
Well, in general or against Man City?
In general.
Well, I like that. Look, I like that shape against Liverpool. I just think we weren't quite at it because of the lack of pre-season. So I like that shape.
So you'd stay with it?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd change it, to be honest with you.
The only thing I would change against...
I know what you're going to say. Be careful.
Go on, say it.
You're going to say you'd change Lucas Roop.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
No,
I knew you
not
were gonna
necessarily
say that.
Root, but that position. I wouldn't be playing the defensive midfielder against every team.
By the
I'd
way,
be pushing
has to be
Crystal
said.
Solace on.
By the way, has to be said, and I back Lucas. Howler of a strike against Man City. It's so poor, so much time. Proper Johnny Wilkinson did it over the bar. Not good.
Well, he's
enough.
not Premier League level. We know that. No, I'm not.
Mate,
no, that's not.
He is.
No, he's not.
No, he is.
You can't be saying he's Premier League level, Chris.
No, what do you
We're
mean
not here to make friends. We are here to stay in the Premier League.
I'm not going to be friends with you anymore if you're not careful, because he has earned the right. He is a Premier League player.
He's not. How has he earned the right to be a Premier League player?
What
he hasn't performed in the Premier League at all.
He helped us win the league last season.
In the Championship. So did Marco Stiepman. So did Alex Tete. So did Mario Vrancic. They're not here. You have to be ruthless.
Bit harsh.
No,
mate.
No,
I've said
fair.
I've said that he had a howler of a strike. I respect that, but he is an important component.
Do you want to stay in the Premier League
this season? Yes, you can't. Don't pile on Lucas like that. He's not the reason why we'll get relegated. No way. Are you all right? You are.
Sam,
you're not all right.
Sam, statement. Sargent's going to be great.
Yeah, I love that.
Question. What was the thought process behind Jack's jacket on Saturday?
Oh, yes. Hang on. Who said that?
Sam
Pitcher.
Yeah.
Sam Pitcher. I love that from you.
Okay, thought process. I need pockets going to a Norwich game. I've got a camera. I've got loads of bits and bobs.
You've got no excuse. You're doing well in life. Your fashion sense is abysmal.
I like that jacket. And the other thing is, it's nice and thin. So I wasn't going to get too hot and sweaty.
Mate,
I like it. It brings some pizzazz to the game.
It looks like you're wearing your Welsh Auntie Kay's curtains.
Yeah, and you know what? They're classy curtains.
Do you like curtains?
You know what? We need a bit of pizzazz in life. If Lucas Roop had a bit of pizzazz, we wouldn't have lost it.
I'll tell you what. You can't criticise Lucas Roop in the way you have whilst we were wearing that coat. It's as simple as that. If you've not seen the coat, head over to our personal socials. We both shared our picture of us together again at Carrow. Jack's coat, shocker.
I just think the way in which you're praising Lucas Roop is incredibly disrespectful to Kieran Dowell.
Come.
Because by you saying Roop deserves to be on the pitch, you're saying that Kieran Dowell doesn't.
You are the
master. And I think that's incredibly disrespectful.
You are the master of winding me up, and you know it.
That's what you're saying.
I love Dowaldinho. Don't bring him into it.
Well, you can't love them both.
I can't. Why not?
Because you can't play them both.
Oh, bugger off.
You can't.
Right. Let's move on. This is getting quite lively.
Everyone loving Josh Sargent. He's created a real buzz. You know, Banksy came to Yarmouth the other week. There's a buzz about that. There's a buzz about Josh Sargent. Josh Sargent could be Banksy.
Can we talk about this, by the way?
Is there Banksy in Norwich, by the way?
You're absolutely...
Is there Banksy in Norwich?
Yeah.
No, I didn't think there was.
You giving it large about that, by the way.
What?
Some bloke rocked up.
Soon to be City of Culture.
Some bloke rocked up.
Do you not like Banksy?
Some bloke rocked up. I'll tell you a minute. Some bloke rocks up to Yarmo, right, and sprays paint on a wall.
It's art.
And you all of a sudden saying Great Yarmouth's great.
It's art. It's Banksy, one of the most world famous artists.
Do you know what?
The modern day Da Vinci.
I'll show some vulnerability here. I love Banksy.
Yeah.
I love Banksy. And I'm disappointed he did that in Yarmouth because I could imagine that playing a part in the City of Culture Awards.
Look, Yarmouth will be the City of Culture.
It's not. Who's the Suffolk town that's teamed up with you?
We are that good. We can beat cities.
Corrupt. You're so corrupt. Unbelievable.
Charlie Soanes, like this from Charlie. Statement. Chris Gorham is better than any commentator. He excites me.
Yeah. Agreed.
Have to agree, Charlie.
Yeah.
Can we both agree on that?
Yeah, for once.
Dr. Dublin.
Yeah.
Which Norwich City player, past or present, would be the likeliest to drink Laken's beers and why?
Ooh, hell of a shout. Well, I had the pleasure of dining with Hux the other day, and he loves a Moretti.
Yeah,
he loves a Moretti. I can't see him being persuaded onto the Lakens. I tell you, who does love a Lakens? Grant Holt. Yeah. He loves it. Super Grant Holt, Norwich's number 9. He loves the Lakens. But who would I have a Lakens with?
No. Who's most likely to drink? I think I know.
In the current team.
Past or present?
Go on, you go first.
I think we're going to have the same answer.
Kenny.
Dion Dublin.
I feel like Dion would have. Dion would drink anything though. Like specifically, you've got to be a. You need to know your quality of beer.
Let me throw a bit of a left field shout at you here.
Mm-hmm.
Christoph Zimmermann. A man who I don't think drinks too much beer, but when he does drink beer, likes a cultured taste.
No, I think he's a shot man.
Oh, wow.
I think he's a shot man. In fact, I think I know he's a shot man. I remember pre-season him
really?
meeting up with the kit man. Yeah, I think he's a shot man. I don't know, Kenny. Great question though. Let us know in the comment section. Who do you want to get on the Lakens with?
Interesting.
Big question.
Tomsky. I love Roop.
Name of the week, by the way. Tomsky. Is that his actual name?
Yeah, Tomsky.
Tomsky. Hell of a name.
I love Roop. But what has he done? What he has done in the latter stage of the 2019-2020 season and against Liverpool, he is simply not good enough. Kenny McLean all over him every day. That's Tomsky. That's not me.
Look at you liking that. You've got
that was already like. This is on the TNC account.
You've got such a Lucas Roop agenda.
I haven't. I'm trying to be realistic here.
Okay. What I will say is, and we'll move on because we've done Lucas Roop to death. What I will say is, yes, Kenny McLean over Lucas Roop.
Look, I'm not anti-Roop.
You're pro Kenny.
I'm pro Kenny and I'm pro Daldinho.
Correct. Agreed.
So we came to a conclusion. Lucas Roop's the third best player in that position.
Okay, fine.
Maybe fourth or fifth. The rest of the questions, Chris, there's hundreds, but they're all saying we love Josh Sargent.
Yeah, but
it's hard to disagree.
I tell you who I do love.
Quickly go to Instagram.
I tell you who I do love, which we need to speak about more. Milo Rashica. Milo. I tell you what, he looks lively, and that clip of him where he nutmegs, who was it? Their Greek lad.
It was Timitskas.
Oh, he sent him down to the Norwich Market hot dog stand, didn't he? He was just Milo Rashica is going to cause defenders nightmares this season. He is a brilliant player. I'm so excited. Do you know what I like about Milo, Jack?
You're going to tell me.
He is so proactive. He is always looking to run forwards with the ball. He's always looking to make ground. He's not a sideways merchant. And that is what I love about Milo Rashica. He works hard. And the fact that he's not actually quite up to speed yet, and he played like that against Liverpool, I'm excited about Milo. Considering the lack of touches he had, I was screaming at the lads, get it out to Milo! Get it out to Milo! Because every time Milo touched the ball, everyone got up off their seats. And you know what? I'm going to say it. We've not had a player like that since Darren Huckabee.
Wow.
We've not. Tell me.
Hernandez?
The problem with Anel, I love Anel. We're friends. I love Anel. But Anel's been kept out of the team where he's had injuries.
You know who Rashica reminds me of slightly? Xherdan Shaqiri.
Yeah. And you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that really gets me going. No, it does. Does that not really get you going?
Yeah, I look at him and I think, cool, you pack a punch. Yeah. Yeah, it was that. It was that noise.
See, he's as strong as an ox.
Stronger.
Yeah. Milo. Love him.
We've got a Twitter agenda, pro Josh Sargent, and we've got an Instagram agenda, which...
What's the Instagram agenda?
Well, you're going to be agreeing with it. Very anti-Fark substitutions. All saying they're far too late.
Well, there you go. So it's not just me.
Hayden says you'd have thought after 4 years he would have learnt to bring on substitutes earlier.
I need to level this out.
Why haven't we?
I need to level this out. Right. I know, and I'm talking this into existence here. I know Daniel Farke has learned from his Premier League mistakes last time. He'll know that. Maybe Daniel just decided, you know what? This is Liverpool.
Yeah.
You know what? And fine. I think that's a bit negative, but maybe he did think that. I think he's learned from his mistakes. I think he'll bring on subs earlier once the lads are up to speed. I think that's why the subs didn't come on soon enough.
I've never quite... I get where you're coming from, but I've never been as passionate about this.
When you've got a game... When you are...
But when you make substitutions early...
Yeah.
You're saying...
Well, look at
initial starting 11 didn't work. That's what you're saying.
Own it. Yeah,
but I think it was working.
That's okay.
I think it was working.
Hang on, no,
they were just tired and the game was gone.
Mate, you are talking out of your bum. Right, how can you say it was working?
Well,
we went 1-0 down.
But what did the substitutes do? Nothing changed. We conceded again and we didn't score.
Yeah, but it was 2-0 by the time we made a first sub. Was it? I think it was.
I don't know.
Right, anyway.
I can't remember.
Let's calm it down. I trust, love, and
Daniel
respect
Farke
Daniel Farke.
has got 2 promotions in incredible fashion.
I know
going
that.
about business this way.
I just wish that he made subs sooner. That's okay. I love Daniel Farke, club legend, the best, most successful head coach of my lifetime. So proud he manages my club. But I'm allowed to say I wish he'd bring on subs sooner when we're behind in games. Because last time in the Premier League, Jack, when we went 1-0 down, we didn't beat a single team from behind. We've got to change that this time because we will go 1-0 down on plenty of occasions this season.
Man City up next. The only positive, they look poor against Tottenham.
Mate, what does poor... I mean, what does... I am shitting myself. I'm so scared.
More scared than Liverpool.
So, yeah, frightened.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
But
away at the Etihad. This is going to be, if we beat these, it's the biggest miracle ever. It's bigger than the 3-2 win at Carrow.
No,
it is. Away at the Etihad. Mate, they've just gone and bought £100 million player.
But look at the
Their squad is worth over £1 billion, and you're telling me it's not bigger.
Yeah, but look at the squad we had last time. We had a half-fit Sam Byram at right
No, I know.
back.
Look, I'm not taking away from that. That was iconic. One of the best, if not the best game of my lifetime. Loved it. I'm just saying, the David versus Goliath situation when they came to Carrow Road was like that. The David versus Goliath situation now is like that.
But we've got Josh Sargent now. We've got Christos Zolis.
I fucking love that from you. Excuse my French.
We've
but
got
I love
Ben
that from
Gibson.
you.
We've got Dimitri Yanoulis.
Yeah.
Our squad is packed with superstars.
Good.
And a £100 million player is Jack Grealish.
What do you believe?
The guy can't even wear proper shin pads.
No, that's going to be clipped up.
He's a poor man's Emi Buendia.
Oh, no, here we go. Look, I am scared to play Man City at the Etihad. I think they're ruthless. And do you know what? I'm so annoyed at Tottenham because they have poked the bear. They've poked the bear. They've scruffled its hair, poked
tickle.
it. And I tell you what, Man City could be rampant. And that worries me.
But you could say that Liverpool have, tickled Farke's bear a little bit. Got a little bit angry. A little tickle under the armpits.
I don't think we should ever say that anyone's tickled Farke's bear ever again. Yeah, maybe. We can't... Right, look, I'll put it this way. If we play the same team, I'm really worried.
Okay.
If we play a different team, I am really up for a Christmas miracle.
Oh, wow.
An early Christmas miracle.
Okay, so what's the team?
The team for me... Well, let's talk it. Let's go through it.
Same
Obviously,
defence.
Tim Krul in goal. Yeah, same defence. Yeah, agreed?
Yeah.
No
Gilmore
changes.
plays. Lee Malou plays.
Yeah. McLean for Root for me. No debate.
Yes. Although, is McLean fit?
Fit enough.
Okay, fine. McLean. Yeah, I agree.
He'll be ready by then.
And then I think... where do you go from here? So you've got Rashica plays.
Yes.
Cantwell plays.
Yeah. Zolis. Bang him on. He's ready. He's as ready as he'll ever be.
Yeah, but then we've run out of players.
What do you mean we've run out? Have we?
Yeah.
Sorry, I've had too much late.
No, this is what I'm saying. If you play the defensive
Okay.
midfielder, then you can't have the 10.
Okay, so do you know what I would do?
You're not taking off defensive midfielder against Man City, are you?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, he is.
I really... Mate, do you know what would really...
Let's save Zolis for Leicester.
Why?
Okay,
Imagine
right.
the dream debut. Imagine it. No, picture it in your head. Zolis picks the ball up, Johnny Howson style, middle of the park, takes one, takes two, takes it past, buffs Diaz out of the way, and then passes it. It just glides it into the back of the net, runs over to the Man City fans, takes the shirt off, gives it the Zolis cello. Yes, please.
Yes,
Get Zolis
and
on.
I think that is almost guaranteed to happen. But I'm thinking without a defensive midfielder...
Oh, no. Well, we've said that we want Lees Malou.
Yeah,
and
I
we've
know.
said that we want Billy.
Okay, so then McLean's out then.
Okay.
You're only allowed 11 players.
Okay. But
Maybe we should have
take it
12
okay.
for a handicap.
You've got... Annoyingly, you've got to play
3 midfielders.
Yeah, you've got to.
Yeah.
Annoyingly.
So then it's Rashica and Cantwell and Sargent up top. That's your team.
Okay, fine.
So
definitely
that's the
Sargent.
only
Definitely...
one-
I'm sure. I think
There's
everyone agrees.
There's 2 changes.
Yeah. But that gets me going enough. Nick a goal put them on the back foot. Nerves. It's not going to happen, is it?
But I agree. Leicester at home, scrap off the defensive midfielder, Gilmore and Leimolu, Zolis in the middle,
all guns
3-0
blazing.
Norwich.
Yes, please. Yes.
You up for that?
I'm so up for that.
Yeah.
I think it could happen. No, it won't happen. Right, just what I would say is we've got Rowdy on this podcast, but let's all have a expectation management session now. Okay. We're playing the top best teams. And by the way, Leicester, one of the best teams in the league, by the way.
Yeah. Community Shield winners, FA Cup winners.
Let's actually talk about that. You've said our next winnable game is Leicester.
Let's worry about Leicester in a couple of weeks.
Our next winnable game is Watford, mate. Oh. And it is.
Arsenal.
Oh, sorry. You know what? Yes.
I mean, that's a 6-pointer.
In agreement. It is a 6-pointer. They're in trouble.
Well, they've just been battered by the fourth best club in the Championship.
There you go. Out of a shout.
Talk to me about that.
No, I really like where you're going with that.
Bellerin wants out.
Well, that's not the end of the world.
Well, he's one of their best players.
Oh no, Bellerin wants out.
No, but he's looking at Arsenal and going, I'm surrounded by tin pot players. That's basically what he's saying.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I really hope Arsenal fans aren't watching this. But yeah, Arsenal.
Right, Man City, we go there, we put in a good performance.
We just give it a go.
Sargent scores a couple.
We throw on the new boys, get Zolis on early before the game's out.
Mainly for my fancy team. I've had Zolis in the starting 11.
Have you?
0 points.
I've got Giannoulis and Zolis on my bench.
By the way, don't want to count my chickens too soon, but I'm absolutely battering you in fantasy football. I had Salah as captain. Felt a bit dirty about that, came through.
That is
had Alonso
so
in defence, he scored.
That's so dirty.
Yeah, I did feel a bit dirty.
Yeah. Anyway.
There we go. Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate it.
I'm sorry that this podcast was actually... I feel like this podcast was more aggressive.
Yeah, it's good though. Passion.
I feel like we...
You said you want more passion. You've got more passion.
You know what? I love that from you. I really do. There you go. So, passion on a plate for you, YouTube
We've got
subscribers.
so much content coming this week. We've got content coming out of our ear holes. Literally.
Ear.
Spewing.
Keyword. And Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
Manchester City.
The
Kyle Walker is doing the Oppo preview this week. Super excited for that. We've got some very exciting content in the pipeline. Get on it.
Yeah.
Give this a like if you've enjoyed it. If you're watching it on YouTube, if you're listening on SoundCloud, iTunes, do subscribe and rate it and all that lovely stuff.
Yeah. Well, the last episode we did, talking about Josh Sargent, one of the most viewed episodes ever. Sargent comes with a cult.
There is nothing I want more this season than Sargent to salute the snake pit.
Oh God, actually, yeah, that's
can you think of anything else? Actually, no, I've got something else. Zolis winning against Arsenal. Zolis getting the win against Arsenal. Picture it. 89th minute. Takes the top off. Reveals that he's already got a canary tattoo on him. He absolutely pounds.
Be careful because that's going to fall off.
Pounds the This is when we had a dodgy. Zolis, come on.
Yeah.
Spirit animal. Come on, here we go. Zolis, 89th minute winner. Scores it, top off. By the way, he's such a top off man.
100%.
You know he is.
Getting the booking.
Yeah. He doesn't give a shit.
Absolutely.
He doesn't care about bookings. Pounds the chest, knee slides up to the snake pit, gives it that. Mate.
And you know what I always love? That when the celebration's done and the other players are walking back, he goes back for afters.
Yeah, and he's kicking the corner flag.
Yeah.
He's kicking the corner flag off the thing.
He's going back for afters. And you know what? I'm also seeing Zolis offering someone out. But in a friendly offering out.
Like a Robert Snodgrass when he sweared at the snake pit.
But like in a friendly way.
A friendly way?
Yeah, he's so pumped. He's kind of getting in the crowd.
Do you know what with Zolis?
Do
you know what I like about Zolis? He scares me.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about Zolis picking fights with Norwich fans, although we would love to see it.
By the way, for the people that might not realise, our camera just turned off because we were banging on about Zolis' cello for so long.
Just quickly, Norwich badge quickly.
Do you know what? I'll finish on this, right? So we've recorded some new TNC GIFs, which you're all enjoying. We've recorded some more. Anyway, Jack noticed, right, before, I'm going to go up to the camera for this. He was like, mate, what's your problem? And my crest, there, you ready? It's fallen off. Yeah. I mean, that is just... Anyway.
Come back and sit there.
That's too much passion.
Apologies for the audio listeners. You don't know what's going on. Basically, the old shirts. I mean, that's That's not working too well, is it?
Do you know why that's happened? Because I've been pounding the chest too much
Yeah.
on watch-alongs.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I'm fine with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again next week. Loads of content coming. We'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.